Okay, here's your video for today. Using the plans that you just gave me, I was able to put in some of the buildings and shapes around your building. So, let's see. This is the plan that you got from the Greeks. And there's a building here to the, let's see, north. I think that's to the west. Your courtyard is to the east. I think north is in this direction to the left. Anyway, I can see from the pictures that you have a building here that goes around the building and forms a courtyard. And then it looks like there's another building over here, but I can't quite tell how the walls go. And then you have a smaller wall on this side. Excuse me. So what that looks like is more or less that. I lowered the floor downstairs, so you drop the 0.6 meters to get down, which brings the stairs, according to one of your drawings, this platform is at 2 meters above the slab. So that's how I set that, and that seems to fit with the door height and so forth. Alright, I'm not doing much inside right now because I want to make sure I have the floor heights correct and the structure correct before I spend a lot of time with the cabinets and fiddling around with all those little dimensions. But I think this is getting close. I want to show you what I was talking about with the floor. So alright, this is a different scale model that I made just to show you the floor. So this is approximate, it's the same building. It's kind of hard to show inside. But what I have here are your beams, which are approximately 1 meter apart. And I figured them at 150 millimeters thick by 250 tall, I think. So the way I would probably do this is I would put 2x6s or 75 by 150, I think, on top of that to create a platform above the beams. This box here is 1/2 meter tall by 1 meter by 1 meter. And I think these windows are about 1/2 meter above the floor, above the beams, according to the drawings that I see. So, and then of course you have roof on top of that. In any case, there's many ways to skin a cat, and you could, I'm not sure, I think this is the most logical and most easy way to build a floor that's nice and sturdy, and then you can also see the beams from underneath because there will be a ceiling in between that, and you have insulation and so forth. However, it could be done differently. You could have beams in between each one of these beams. That's a lot more work to create the structure in between all those beams for a floor that is only the thickness of the beams. But depending on how thick your contractor thinks that needs to go, I would say 2x6s, which is 150 tall, or let's see, 8 inches convert to millimeters would be 200 millimeters tall. I would think that's what you want, and then plywood on top of that for a nice stiff floor for tile. But again, lots of different ways to think about that. In any case, it's important to know that so that I can put the floor at the right height. in the model, and then put all your cabinets and stuff in there. I guess I don't really need to know that. I can still do the floor plan. But anyway, that's the floor thing. That is the outside thing, which I think gives a good feel about the courtyard. There may be some space in between the buildings. I don't seem to have a picture looking that way, and I can't tell from the aerial photo that much, but this building may not go all the way down to the end. Maybe there's a short wall over there. I don't know. Alright, so next I'll work on the floor plans, and I guess really it doesn't really matter how I figure the floor, because your contractor will figure that, and I'm just going to put the placement in so you can see the layout better with the stuff in it. Okay.